enkobo bia koso ewo between Hasan Ayariga and afin so Paul Adom Ochre yenkwe.
What did the Igbo chief do wrong by buying land in Ningo?
Calling himself a king in Ghana is wrong. Nobody who is not a citizen of this country can make himself a king in our country.
Did the police arrest him? And for what? Why did they keep him overnight? What was the charge?
The charge was that, first of all, he's calling himself a king in Ghana when he's not a citizen of this country. Igbos don't have king.
Is he being released on bail?
Yes, this afternoon he complained of high BP in the cells and said his BP has gone up. You know, yesterday when he was invited, he went there with the ambassador in Nigeria.
Nigeria's ambassador to
Nigeria ambassador to Ghana. He went there with his lawyers. This king, or whatever we call himself, finds his way of dining with NDC and MPP. Armed robbery, Nigerians have taken
kidnapping.
over. Kidnapping, Nigerians have taken over. Fraud, 419. Yahoo, what do you call it? Scams and everything.
Fraud boys,
they've taken over, they've manipulated the system.
Sa Igbo kingdom no, so no per se, obeye ayi wo Ghana hanoma, abusua onye Ghana ni, yes, no etimi abefre ne ho so ye ken, e wo Ghana, mla no e ma ne ho kwan. Woni maami, ani mfoyini, eda mi screen yesu, ane, Serwaa Bronii, ye kase sire kwen mu atela, wonye president a, abusua ompew. Or say, I am scared to return to Ghana, edi enti, ena Serwaa Bronii, eka sanzemi.
Ghana for you TV.
Ghana for you TV.
Ghana for you TV.
Yan kanta egumi so asew. Empanyimfo so ne wafuru duapa ne piano. Ne opa bibia kokotoko ne nye na bro. O konfo e ho na meskani Twitter ye na me kye wo mo. Mashira wo. Ayo kase pia.
Eti abusia for now no, what is trending in Ghana? Hasan Ayariga, leader and as a flag bearer of APC and afizu so the Igbo king. Yes. Ena trende ewo Ghana ha no sisi a medibi ebro na die nti ena omo saafo mienu trende ewo Ghana ha no enkobo bia koso ewo between Hasan Ayariga ena afin so Paul Adom Ochre yenkwe da yentie bi emra.
What did the Igbo chief do wrong by buying land in Ningo?
Calling himself a king in Ghana is wrong. Nobody who is not a citizen of this country can make himself a king in our country.
Did the police arrest him? And for what? Why did they keep him overnight? What was the charge?
The charge was that, first of all, he's calling himself a king in Ghana when he's not a citizen of this country. Igbos don't have king.
Is he being released on bail?
Yes, this afternoon he complained of high BP in the cells and said his BP has gone up. You know, yesterday when he was invited, he went there with the ambassador in Nigeria.
Nigeria's ambassador to
Nigeria ambassador to Ghana. He went there with his lawyers. This king, or whatever we call himself, finds his way of dining with NDC and MPP. Armed robbery, Nigerians have taken
kidnapping.
over. Kidnapping, Nigerians have taken over. Fraud, 419. Yahoo, what do you call it? Scams and everything.
Fraud boys,
they've taken over, they've manipulated the system.
What did the Igbo chief do wrong by buying land?
And sama Hasan Ayariga eka enyina no say. Or say, sisi no, sa Igbo kingdom no, so no per se, obeye ayi wo Ghana ha no ma, abusua onye Ghana ni. Yes, no etimi abefre ne ho so ye ken, e wo Ghana, mla no e ma ne ho kwan. Eti etwa se ye kye no. Afenzo so yahoo ene scam yakase ne afenzo so say yen kidnap obi ne ho kro ne ba ni nyina no. Sankrofo yi Nigerians allegedly ena ehase no Hasan Ayariga ena eka abusia before say ye bekwa tie ne nsam ni nyina no quick one woni maami ani mfoyini eda mi screen yesu ane Serwaa Bronii ye kase sire kwen mu atela abusia ono oye sire kwen mu master wabomu degree ono de wonye president abusia ompew na sisi ade ode aba ne say or say, I am scared to return to Ghana. Edi enti ena Serwaa Bronii eka sanzemi. Abusia wo beka ya His Excellency the former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo time no wo power. Abusia ensembebele ena ekoso ema akire ye de campaign tia no ebi say Serwaa Bronii say yeto aba no de ma Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo ne Serwaa Bronii ebekwa kodwale wo play mu. Ombekwa kwatena play mu Serwaa Bronii di nsa befa ne tire ho agye sika ni nyina ne se nipa dodo na susu se allegedly no na Serwaa Bronii ene former president Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo etwempana ai mu ozen enu nti no mo ka sansem nti Serwaa Bronii say sansem na ekoso ni nyina no in fact osuro pa esanso ni so obaga na ahwe ya bibi ebeye no ahwe ha na adu show boy adogagai amfa ne ho anche no enti osuro pa so obebaga na abusia Serwaa adwen wogitum ana wonyintum ase wonim se de Serwaa Bronii kan no kura bi nim eti no osuro ana se waka no kura na wie no na wosuro so obaga na bibi betimi aye na na empanfo ni bi ebetimi ahame na na anasesen na tie Serwaa adwen ewo ho quick one yenko back to Igbo president anase Igbo kingdom atese ebaga na hanom ne yenkonkoti omnsem ni bi Hasan Ayariga ene polado mochire edi nkomo bi yentie nkomo no full video no emfa emla.
Igbo chief is claiming land in Ningo area. He says he's bought land.
Yeah.
Hasan Ayariga, you are from Boku, but of course you're an important politician. What is your connection with? Do you also have land in Ningo? What's your connection with it?
I'm a Ghanaian. I can have land anywhere in Ghana.
Yeah.
Entitled to it as a citizen. And my policy, if you read my 2020 manifesto policy, I made it clear to Ghanaians that when I'm president of the Republic of Ghana, inshallah, no foreigner will own property in Ghana.
Oh, no foreigner should own property in Ghana?
Will own property.
Don't you have property in Germany?
That is the German law.
But if you have property in Germany, you don't want Germans to have property in Ghana?
That's my law as president. I'm trying to protect the sovereignty of our nation, the lands of our, future generation, so that nobody takes. We have limited land.
Okay. Esi abusia asema polado mochire ebusa Hasan Ayariga yi. Do you think say best answer e was the man na ya na? O say ono ne mla ne say ono enya ade obema foreigner bia awoni property e wo Ghana hanom. Na polado mochire ebusa ne say but wonso wo properties e wo Germany. So how come also your foreigner and we could more? So how come say won per se what will be or no so be property or be only property won so woman him abusia Hasan Ayariga anu ya wade man no a problem yankwe ne yankwa to aso ne video ni musem ne bi.
Land does not increase, it decreases, and once it's sold out it's gone.
Yeah.
And Mr. Paul, if you look around Ghana, check around all the most important places in this country, the very luxurious communities and areas, all the properties that are owned by foreigners.
That's kind of true.
You understand?
From 1960s
till date, we're losing our sovereignty gradually to the foreigners. And look around again, all the big companies, from Spinters to everywhere, go around the whole world, the country, it's owned by foreigners. Where do we live as citizens? Slums areas. We get choked in Medina, we get choked in
Labadi,
we get choked in Nima, we get choked in Kaswa. We live in slums. And the most important places is being taken over by the foreigners in this country, living a life that they cannot even live in their own country. And we are losing everything. And the worst of it is that our chiefs, and our politicians are giving them the opportunity and the nod to take off everything. You are talking about history. Our forefathers fought, died for this country. And what are we doing? We're selling the country out.
What did the Igbo chief do wrong by buying land in Ningo?
First of all, calling himself a king in Ghana is wrong.
That's wrong. I agree with that.
Nobody who is not a citizen of this country can make himself a king in our country. You know the law. It doesn't permit that. So you come in to tell us that you are acquiring 50 acres of land to build a kingdom, an Igbo kingdom, so that it will become one of a kind in the world that has never happened anywhere in this country. Shows that we are loose. We are allowing everybody to take over everything. And you are going to build a kingdom that is going to determine who becomes president in Nigeria.
In Nigeria?
Yes.
Kingdom in Ghana determines
who becomes president in Nigeria. The ministers of state will all be coming and through that gate, and anybody who wants to acquire land or property who's a Nigerian will come there and acquire land and build as a Nigerian and leave. And that's an Igbo kingdom. Clearly, they are becoming another tribe in Ghana. Clearly, they are now rubbing shoulders with the kings of wherever they are getting the land from. And clearly, we are going to have a big problem in the future. Have you bothered to ask the kind of crime rate, then find out the associates of those crimes? And you will realize that 90% of every crime that is committed in this country, if you check the statistics, 90% is foreigners. And
well, I don't know about that.
10 is Ghanaians. Armed robbery,
Foreigners.
Nigerians have taken
Kidnapping.
over. Kidnapping,
Foreigners.
Nigerians have taken over.
Fraud.
Fraud, 419.
Yahoo.
What do you call it? Scams and everything.
Fraud boys.
Fraud boys, they've taken over, they've manipulated the system. They are now the hierarchy of our nation in terms of anything. Right now, they are even killing landlords. They come, they rent your house, one person shows his face.
Then 30 come and live there.
Then 30 come and leave.
That's true. I hear that quite a lot.
And when you joke, they kill you. Our ladies, they are killing them, using them for their so-called rituals. Very soon, if we allow such a kingdom to happen, you will be registering missing people in this country every day. Look, we are not against settlers. I am not against settlers. And let me be
So what report did you give to the police?
You remember when this incident happened, I wrote to the NIB and the National Security, telling them to, and then Lands Commission and all that, to investigate into the matter and to strip him of the title king. He cannot be comparing himself to Ashantahine and all that. And funny enough, this king, or whatever we call himself, finds his way of dining with NDC and MPP. You realize all
Well, there's some videos that will be putting up. Please show us some of the videos.
Yes.
Well, the story is that he was a big contributor to political campaigns.
But not, that can be his problem if they are not arrested.
There you see him over there.
Yeah, and look at this one.
Yeah.
In this country.
But this is long ago. This is not recent.
This is recent. This
No,
is his
not recent.
kingdom.
This 2025. This is before election. I think.
This is before election.
Yes.
But what is wrong with this and today? It's the same story.
Yeah,
It
but
doesn't
he got
change.
endorsement from political leadership. That's the point I'm making.
Oh, okay, that's what you are making.
Yeah, that's Johnson Asidun Ketia,
Sitting down there.
the chairman of the NDC.
Why?
Seated right there.
Does it make it right?
I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but I'm telling you where he gets his power from.
Yes, and he's not going to get it from me. And I'm going to distill that power, and I've done that.
You've done that. You're a minority party.
It doesn't matter. There's one truth in life. The Ghanaian society will rally behind me in any circumstances against this man. If I say tomorrow there's a demonstration, you will see the number of people who come out to support this demonstration against our politicians who are allowing it. Look, like I said, our forefathers toiled for this nation. They died for this nation. Our current politicians, what are we doing? We're selling out the nation for peanuts. Everybody is welcome in Ghana. Look, remember in the last parliament, 2 parliaments ago, when I went to parliament, the issue of the U.S. military base in Ghana.
Yes.
And I fought against it. I said, I will not accept the U.S. military base in Ghana. What happened? It looks as if our leaders do not have foresight of defending our nation. They are more particular about what comes into their pocket than what they should defend.
So why did the police arrest him? And for what? Why did they keep him overnight? What was the charge?
The charge was that, first of all, he's calling himself a king in Ghana when he's not a citizen of this country. Parading around and going around everywhere and calling himself the king of Ghana and the king of Igbo. Igbos don't have king in Ghana. When you are a foreigner and you are a settler, you come to this country. Our constitutions allow you to be called a chief of your community. So all the settlers in Ghana, like the Yoruba, they have a Yoruba chief. The Hausas, they have a chief, the Zambarama chief. That is fine. We can give you that title to be able to be managing yourself. But when you begin to, parade yourself, call yourself like Asantehene and all these other kings in Ghana, and you go walking when you are not a citizen and say you are a king, and you are going to acquire tracts of land and build a kingdom.
Did he acquire the land?
That is his problem. Whether he did or he did not, he's voiced it out that he has. And the videos are there. So we are taking his word again.
So is he being released on bail?
Yes, this afternoon he complained of high BP.
In the cell?
In the cells, and said his BP has gone up. Yesterday when he was invited, he went there with the ambassador. Nigeria.
Ambassador of what?
Nigeria.
Nigeria's ambassador to
Nigeria
Ghana.
ambassador to Ghana. He went there with his lawyers and all that, thinking that it was the ordinary citizens, NIB or National Investigation, National Security who just listen to him and ask him to walk away. This is not that national security you're thinking of. This is a different national security altogether. They will investigate. As a citizen of Ghana, when you send a petition, they will have to listen to your petition. So the investigation went through. And he was panting, sweating. He's not a king, he's not a what. But this is the palace you've built and you're calling yourself a king. You are causing mayhem in this country. Your Nigerian boys are going around telling Ghanaians, threatening Ghanaians that if they kill one Ghanaian, Nigerian, they will kill 50 Ghanaians. Your Nigerian people are going around telling Ghanaians that one Ghanaian has come to Ghana and Ghana is on fire. Can you imagine? If I show you videos of this man, he said we are uncultured as citizens. I'm sure I've sent some of the videos to you. Insulting the integrity of the people who has given you land to live, to stay. Can you do that in Nigeria?
Is he an Igbo royal in Nigeria?
No, he's not. He came here as an Igbo businessman selling cassettes.
Are you serious?
I'm telling you.
Cassettes?
Cassettes.
And he made millions of CDs to buy land?
He did not make millions of CDs. He brought in a lot of prostitutes.
Prostitutes?
Ladies. The Nigerian ladies on the, cycle and all that?
I don't understand.
You don't know the syndicates of this Nigeria.
So he came selling cassettes, then he brought in...
Then they started trafficking...
Night workers,
and now they started bringing Igbo boys and parading himself as the king.
But how does that make him rich?
Because they pay dues to him.
Who pays dues to him?
All these Nigerian boys who have shops in Nigeria. In Ghana here. The Nigerian boys with shops in here. They pay dues to their king.
Is that a lot of money?
Of course, that's a lot of money for him. He's like their god in Ghana. So the fact is that any problem they go through, they come to him, and don't forget, they know how to do this business. He's been able to parade him among all the big men in Ghana, showing himself in every kind of gathering, and dressing and walking and making himself look. Even he's met the former president, he's met the current president, he's met Asante, he's met a lot of people, he's gone to visit them. That is power he's using to get from his own people. They now trust and believe in him. You see, there's a law that says that it is not who you are, it's how you carry yourself. That's how people address you. The way you dress is the way they address you. If you make yourself look big, people will regard you as big. But if you turn yourself into a beggar, people will disregard it. He's turned himself a big man. You understand what I'm saying? He's made sure that people have seen him with videos talking to all the big men. So all the Nigerians, that is why he said that he was going to build a kingdom where any Nigerian who comes from Nigeria, he will pass through his gate. And then they will find land for him to build. And then they will also give him time to move from wherever he is, a transit. His home, his kingdom is going to be a transit for Nigerians to be here.
Okay. Looking at Hasan Ayariga Sama, okay, that means Aquano Adwimbi Edani Trim and the buyer. It's say, set wo Ghana now we talk cassette. What you say? Now we been making millions of dollars, millions of CDs there. Abusia and what then? Ane now no Hasan Ayariga Echiremu say cassette ni mu no afi no de Ashawo fo ane na Ghana ha Nigeria for Ashawo fo na no do mo Ghana ha be business. What you say? Ti yanu fo no mo so mo tonton cassette no mo de ye bi so tonkube e bi say wono de otonya adoa e no de ye no eno nyina ho nsem wo ho eti won ba bia so called Igbo kingdom we no making the sika e de free Senye Hasan Ayariga na eteto a me wo kwan be so ne yebefa yebehu sa ne mani nyina abusu a kire wadwen aha eguso Ghana for you TV Hasan Ayariga akasa Paul Adomo kire so abusa ne questions bi a wo se obusa wo so kire wadwen wo se omotoreti sa ne ma no wo Ghana ha ana se eni kwan se yesoso wo Ghana ha no kire wadwen wo comment section wonom efa emame ha eguso Ghana for you TV makra
Ghana for you TV.
Ghana for you TV.
Ghana for you TV.
Yan kanta egumi so asew empanyimfo so ne wafuru duapa ne piano ne opa bibia kokotoko ne nye na bro o konfo e ho na me scan Twitter ye na me kye wo mo me hyira wo ayo kase pia